Alright guys, so the first thing you want to do is have two pre-composed clips. If you do not already have those, you're just going to press Shift Control or Shift Command C on that clip, and then you're going to do move all attributes into new composition. But I already did that, so yay. But anyways, next thing we're going to do is duplicate this first clip. So press Control D or Control C. No, press Control D or Control D, sorry. And then duplicate it. And then after that, you're just going to make this clip like shorter than this one, like by a significant amount. But what we're going to do is add motion tile on this clip actually. And then we're going to change the output width to like 400. So you can do 300 or 400, but I'm gonna do 400 just because I want it to be like kind of fast. So after that, we're gonna press P on that clip and we're gonna press the stopwatch for position. And then we're gonna go forward a few frames, basically to the end. And then we're just gonna keep scrolling to like make a position to the left until like the clip is like over. So it's over around here, so that should be good. And then I'm gonna move this back just a little bit. Now after this, you're gonna right click one of them after highlighting over them. So highlight over these and then right click one of them, keyframe assistant, easy ease. And then after that, you're going to like look at it really quick and like, yeah, we already get like a very fast kind of effect, but we're not done just yet. But if you want, you can actually make these closer together depending on how fast you want it. I personally think I want it to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go for a little bit faster, like so. I'm actually gonna make this clip a little shorter and then I'm gonna move it over here. And then you should get something like this. Yeah. And after this, we're gonna add some motion blur. So click this button right here for motion blur. And then once you play it back, you should get something like that, period. Now, if you don't want to add motion blur, that's okay because we're about to do something else with this too. Lately, I've been looking for ways to add more variety and inspo to my edits, and I found something that like actually helps. And in this transition, I like wanted to try using an AI tool. I know a lot of editors have been doing it, so I just want to try it. But guys, this video is made possible thanks to Envato. Now, until the 31st of October only, Envato subscribers get unlimited access to their new AI video gen tool with no extra cost. So that means unlimited video generations, all included in your subscription. And I've been using it in this video for inspiration, and honestly, the freedom is the best part. And instead of worrying about burning through the like render limits, I can just test ideas and tweak the prompts and experiment until I have the perfect result. And guys, every video comes with a lifetime commercial license, and Envato is running like the top tier models, so the quality is very, very good. If you want to try it, click the link in my description and check it out. And thanks again to Envato for sponsoring today's video. So if you don't have motion blur, I think this next part is a little bit better than the motion blur. What you're gonna do is make an adjustment layer. So right click this box, new, and then adjustment layer, and then you're gonna cut it to like be over the adjustment layer. So to cut, Shift Control D or Shift Command D, and then yeah, we're just gonna delete those excess parts. And then after that, we're gonna add some mini max on it. So just search for mini max, and then we're gonna add that to the adjustment layer. And then on the adjustment layer, we're gonna change the value of the radius. So we're gonna increase that radius, and then we're gonna change the direction to vertical. Just kidding, horizontal. And then once you look at it, we get like this right here. As you increase it, we actually get that like very shuttery, speedy effect, and that's what we want. And if you pay attention to cameras, if you're like a camera person, you know the lower the shutter speed, the like blurrier it's gonna look. So that's what we want. We kind of want that shutter, cinematic shutter speed effect. So yeah. But anyways, what you're gonna do is then add this one effect. It's called, I believe, hotspots. Yes. It's called hotspots. And once you add that effect, which is a sapphire effect, you don't really need it, but you can. If you decrease the threshold just a little bit, yeah, we kind of get that more natural like effect like this. But if you increase the threshold, we get something like this. So yeah, I really don't want it to be too bright, but we kind of want this to like smoothly go on there. But what we're gonna do is have the threshold go to 0.3 right here. So right there. And then at the beginning, we're gonna change this to like 0. And then once you play it back, we should get something like this. And then guys, one more effect that you can add is directional blur. And then once you add that on there, boom. And then if you increase the start length and change the direction to 90 degrees, we get a little natural motion blur. But what we want to do is change the blur length to like not too high, but just enough. So like maybe 22. And then yeah. And then once you play it back, you should get something like this. Yeah, very nice. Now we want to transition it from this point to like the ending point. So what we're gonna do is also like change this part right here. So we're gonna cut the part like where it's going into the transition, like, you know, the shutter speed effect. So we're gonna cut it right there, and then we're gonna go forward like a few frames, and then we're gonna cut it one more time. Shift Control T, by the way. And then we're gonna add motion tile on there one more time. Let's see, motion tile, add that on there, and then we're gonna change it to about like 200 this time for the width. And then we're gonna make a stopwatch for position. So press P on the clip, click the stopwatch, and then we're gonna go towards the end, and then we're gonna change the position like a little bit higher. So right here is fine. And then we're gonna move this keyframe right here, highlight over them, right click one of them, keyframe assistant, easy ease, and then we're gonna go into our graph editor. But before we do that, we low-key need to separate the dimensions. So we're gonna right click the word position, and then we're gonna change it to separate dimensions. And now we're gonna delete like the Y position because we only need X position. And then you're gonna have to like click off of it once and then turn off the Y position. And then click X position one more time, and then easy ease them one more time. So you should separate the dimensions before you like easy ease it and stuff, but yeah. But after you've easy eased it, you're gonna click one of the points, go into your graph editor, change this to value graph if it isn't already on there, and then you're gonna do something like this. And then once you play it back, it should like kind of go into it. Yeah. And then you're gonna turn on motion blur, of course. And then once you play it back, it should like slowly kind of go into that transition or whatever. But now we're gonna have this come out for this part right here. So we're gonna add motion tile on this too for the last time, guys, for real. Then we're gonna change the output width to 200, and then we're gonna press P on this clip, click the keyframe for position. But first, before you do that, separate the dimensions. So right click the word position, separate the dimensions, and then you're going to just do a keyframe for X position. So click the stopwatch, and then you're going to go to the beginning of the clip, and then you're going to move this to, I believe, the right. So move this to the right, and then what you're going to do is highlight over these, easy ease them, and then what you're going to do is click one of them, go into the graph editor, and then you're going to do a graph like this. And then of course turn on motion blur, and then you should be done. Yeah. And then of course you can space this out a little bit more if you like wanted to like come in like a little smoother, I guess. But yeah, add the graph to your liking. Now if you want, you can also duplicate the adjustment layer and overlap it onto the second clip just a little bit, just so it has like that like black threshold effect thing. And what you can do is actually change the value from like the 2 point whatever to 0. So then it like slowly, like, I don't know how to explain that, but change it to 0. And then you can delete the minimax if you want, and then delete the directional blur because we already have the motion blur. And once you play it back, yeah, I'm just gonna move this out just a little bit more, and then yeah, we get like that effect. Gonna move these a little bit closer actually. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This video was low-key short. I was gonna do some more stuff, but I look, you gotta get a video out for tomorrow, so I might be yapping too much. But anyways, thank you guys again for watching. Make sure you guys click the link in my description to like check it out if you want to. I highly suggest it. But stay safe, I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.